precious people of Ghana, it's your Nigerian girl pleasure bringing you political news in our channel, Ghanatube. I would have expected him to comment on the school feeding program, not the cocaine. Professor Mafo has actually channeled this to Reverend Ntim Fordjuor. Professor Charles Ofosu Mafo, a former president of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, has stated that the recent public utterances by the Member of Parliament MP of Asun South, Reverend Ntim Fordjuor, appeared to be strategically aimed at scoring future political points. Wow. And thereby, that's why people are actually calling him wannabe sub-judge and all that, because he actually want to play out the words and the things sub-judge actually did when they were in opposition. Professor Charles has actually made his claim that this is not something that should actually be dragging or comments that should be overboard. That there are so many challenges in Ghana. You have so many things like the school feeding programs and other related issues that are actually eating us up in Ghana, and not the cocaine. And therefore, Ntim Fordjuor shouldn't have been stressing this, because there are other things to say. Although he has said that it actually appears to be strategically aimed at scoring future political points. According to him, if the MP did not have political ambitions behind his comments, he would have focused his attention on pressing educational issues, especially given his past role in the education sector, rather than making allegations of government involvement in alleged cocaine smuggling. Speaking in an interview at Orapa TV on April 10, 2025, Professor Ofosu Mafo dismissed claims that Reverend Ntim Fordjuor remarks had tainted Ghana's international image. He argued that the global community already has comprehensive insights into the country's affairs. Please switch.
To what end, actually? Or to what end?
Just
our position.
You know, there's somebody who promoted himself as now a foreign minister of Ghana.
Yeah.
He did so well.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
It's a path that was well couched, but that guy was so cautious.
Yeah.
So intelligent,
very meticulous
about his work. In fact, what you know, there's not the church. So if you are some fight, you can and I know, sir, it is the same path this young man wanted to do. Otherwise, he was a deputy education minister.
Exactly.
I was expecting him to talk about school feeding program normally. That's what I was expecting.
Not cocaine and money laundering.
Said now he's a parliamentary select committee on security. But the American said, until the interest of the nation becomes paramount to parliamentarians, this is what we are going to get. He's just grooming himself. Maybe education is not fancy anymore. Maybe he also wants to be a defense minister someday, days to come, or intelligence, or whatever he wants to be. But the fact of the matter, I'm just urging them. The interest of the nation should be the utmost interest of all of us. And I said, I'm actually on. Yeah, I'm going to say, but Ghana, have me one, because I'm telling the international community, they have more information about us, about us ourselves.
If said Ghana, a dark state, that they will know.
They will know.
More than we will know. They say,
from all indication, what they are actually saying is that Ntim Fordjuor, Reverend Ntim Fordjuor, has no reason escalating the issue the way he has just escalated it. If he had no motive, like having any other motive in mind, that's why he is doing all these things. Because even as they are saying, he said that the international bodies actually look into things and they know the one they are actually supposed to follow. He argued that the global community already has a comprehensive insight into the country's affairs. There is something who promoted himself and now Ghana's foreign minister. I believe this young man, Reverend Fordjuor, is trending the same path. Otherwise, as a former deputy minister for education, I would have expected him to comment on the school feeding program and other educational challenges, issues, and etc. He added, however, you raise such points. They argued that he is now on a parliamentary select committee of defense and interior, but that does not mean he should ignore the educational background. Addressing the concern about Ghana's reputation, Prof. Ofuso Maafo said, people always say such allegations put our reputation at risk, but I will tell them the international community already knows more about us than we know about ourselves. Whatever we are doing, they already are aware. This development follows allegation made by the MP during a press conference on April 1st, 2025, where he claimed that the two aircraft, flight and air ambulance and private jets may have been involved in drug trafficking and money laundering. According to Reverend Fordjuor, one of the aircraft, Air Med Flight L823 AM, landed in Ghana on the 20th day of March 2025 and remained for 5 days without any documented reported medical patient on board, raising suspicions. In response, President John Mahama already directed all security agents to immediately and fully collaborate with the MP to investigate the allegation. He emphasized that Ghana maintains a zero-tolerance policy on drug trafficking and will not allow the nation to become a conduit for illicit drugs. The president also urged the agencies to take necessary actions to uncover any drug-related operations linked to the flight and to ensure full transparency in the investigation. In as much as the investigations are still going on, not really have they really started an investigation, but the matter has actually been raising eyebrows as people are beginning to look into the matter. Please watch again.
Actually, opportunity to what end?
Rama,
position.
You know, there's somebody who promoted himself as now a foreign minister of Ghana.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He did so well.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
It's a path that was well couched, but that guy was so cautious.
Yeah.
So intelligent.
Very meticulous.
About his work. In fact, what they bring, you know, there's not a so the big cry is some fight to open at your door. And I know, sir, it is the same path this young man wanted to do. Otherwise, he was a deputy education minister.
Exactly.
I was expecting him to talk about school feeding program normally. That's what I was expecting.
Not cocaine and money laundering.
Okambakacho said now he's a parliamentary select committee on security. But the American said, until the interest of the nation becomes paramount to parliamentarians, this is what we are going to get. He's just grooming himself. Maybe education is not fancy anymore. Maybe he also wants to be a defense minister someday. This to come, or intelligence, or whatever he wants to be. But the fact of the matter, I'm just urging them. The interest of the nation should be the utmost interest of all of us. And said I'm actually on. Yeah, I'm going to say about Ghana. Have me one because I'm.
Now we are actually seeing how things are playing in Ghana. A lot have actually commented on these illicit drugs and money trafficking issues. And Reverend Ntim is not actually backing out because, according to him, he really wants the country to get to the root of this. Please do well to comment how you see this. Like, comment, and follow. Put on notification bell so you get all our news one by one. Thanks, my people.